goodness, this just seems to go from bad to worse for these folks. Let's bring in Chris. And Chris, you're going to break down these mudslide risks and how they actually happen.
Yeah, and they can happen anywhere, really, from two scenarios, Ben. So number one, you can have a lot of rain and it saturates the soils, and we saw this from Helene, or you can have rain on top of a really abnormally dry soil. And then I can actually add scenario number three, it's dry and there was a fire. That's the worst case scenario for them. So here's exactly what happens during a mudslide or a landslide. A landslide is a general term. Mudslide is more specific to this case and scenario. Physically, the land can't hold together anymore and it slides down the surface with the aid of gravity, and that's where it could wash out roads, destroy homes. And one of the more dangerous things that we see, and we saw these all over the place from Helene. But why the dry weather? Well, it's most likely actually after periods of dryness. The main reason why: dry soil doesn't really absorb the water. Also, dry weather weakens the root system, so it doesn't hold together as well. And if you ever picked up a dry soil with all the different cracks, it's already cracked, it's already weakened. So when you add more water that gets into those grooves, it easily can start to break it up. And also that rain will easily run off, and that's where it's going to be moving even faster. But here's really the science of it all as far as wildfires go. Mudslides are more likely and most likely after a wildfire. So when a wildfire happens, it burns the plants, it burns the trees, and it actually releases a lot of chemicals into the soil. Because when you burn things, it actually changes the chemical composition. And those chemicals actually create a waxy, water-resistant layer within the soil. So what happens when it rains is that water can't sink below that layer. So physically, it's a block, and that's going to accumulate above. So if you didn't have that layer, it would saturate into the soil. You still would have a chance for maybe a landslide, a mudslide, but this is the maximum scenario. You saw the pictures that we just saw right there, that this is a big concern because soil and rocks will easily slide down the slopes as that water is built up. Also can move a whole lot faster. So it really is the perfect storm for all the above, which can happen in this case in scenario. So we hope this doesn't happen, but these wildfires are also causing all sorts of problems, even impacting the oceans. So